Hello everyone, Shadow here, and welcome to another Transport Fever 2 Pseudo New York update. And today I have the long-awaited release of the 7-line construction video. Before we begin today, some housekeeping. Please like, subscribe, and share. Doing so will continue to help this channel grow. First, however, I want to call to your attention some work being done by Sirhansirhansolo. To date, he has released the M1, M2, M3, and M4 lines, which were in use on both the LIRR and Metro North railroads. And it's because of him that I started laying down the foundations for the Long Island Railroad. You can find some pictures I uploaded to the workshop regarding my progress. I'm actually having a little bit of fun with this one. Unfortunately, at least part of the line I did not record. I kind of did it spur of the moment, so when I get to that video, don't at me. I also want to remind you guys of the R160 Subway car request thread. Please, please, please bump this thread. We're still trying to get the attention of a modder that will graciously lend their services in bringing this train to life. And while you're down there, you can also take a look at the R30, R32 subway car request thread. I promise you would not be disappointed. Anyways, on with today's show. So today I present to you the Flushing line, that is the number 7 line. It is the A division line that I was planning for this map. Now, in all previous instances of this map, the 7 is the only A division line that I usually include. However, this map is a little bit more roomy, and I may try to squeeze another A division line in. I am considering putting in the Lexington and 7th Avenue lines, but let's not get ahead of ourselves. Besides, you're not here for those lines anyway. You're here to talk about the 7 line. You want to know what I have done with it. Now, in the background here, you're seeing my initial work on Queensboro Plaza. Fun fact, this is the only station in the city where you can have a direct connection between the A division and the B division lines. What do I mean by direct connection? Well, on one side of the platform, you have the 7 line approaching, which is the A division line. And on the other side, you have the N and the W, which are B division lines. This is the only station in the city where this actually happens. For all other stations in the city, you'll find that to connect a A division and a B division line, it requires a tunnel or a platform extension in terms of connecting 2 different platforms, or maybe street side connections. But you won't find anywhere else where a A division line or B division line actually come into the same station and you can just walk across and take the other line. That's primarily due to the fact that these lines were previously owned by 2 different companies. Before the formation of the MTA, A division belonged to one company, whereas B division belonged to the other. I don't remember the names off the top of my head right now, but Interborough Rapid Transit comes to mind. And the other one, well, I'll have to Google that. Or you can Google it and comment below. For the 7 line, however, I try to be as realistic as possible, putting down where the switches and stations would be. Regrettably, it required extensive amounts of work to try to get this as accurate as possible. And that required me modifying the terrain of the original map as well, because it was grossly over exaggerated when the map was created. So I had to smooth out areas and flatten areas, and yeah, it just was not working for me. So if in the final release the land looks a little weird, you know why. I will try to clean this up a little better before final release of the map. So those of you who are native to New York know that the 7 line comes in 2 flavors. It has the local line and it has the express line. But because of the track layout, the express only runs in peak directions. In the morning, it's express to Manhattan. In the evening, it's express to Queens. And this is due to the layout of the track. Because in order to save money when they were initially laying out the 7 line, they constructed it with 3 tracks as opposed to 4. I guess they really didn't predict how heavily used the train will become in the future. In fact, the 7 is one of the most heavily used lines in the city. It is also the reason why the frequency of trains on this line is among the highest in the city. It is just that congested at times. And on that note, you will notice that I try to mirror this effect as much as possible in the line video that I will be releasing as well. So again, we face a issue that I've had with this particular map, and that's primarily due to its size. I had to omit much of the stations that, well, the 7 passes through. It's regrettable, but a lot of stations had to have been skipped in order to make this line a reality. But I try to include the important one, like Shea Stadium, which, you know, I know this is a football field, but hey, it's a stadium, right? Right? But I also did try to capture some of the realistic ways the line interacts over in this area. I really wanted to put 111th Street in this game. I really did. I just couldn't because of the spacing issue. So what I did instead is I did vary the height of the tracks on the local and express line as a symbolic representation of where 111th Street would be. Honestly, I don't like it, and you see that I really did try to see if I could put 111th Street in there, but it's not enough room. It really isn't, and it's a shame, because it would have been fun to put that station in the game. So another fun fact, the 7 line is one of the few lines that starts and ends underground. Flushing Main Street is actually underground, and it's the only station in this side of Queens at least that is underground. The other one being when the train first enters into Queens, it comes into Vernon's Boulevard and Hunters Point stations respectively, which are both underground, and then it spends the remaining time above ground. So those of you who actually enjoy above ground scenery and seeing how Transport Fever actually looks better with above ground lines, you will really like this line, I think. I really tried to make it as enjoyable experience for you all as I could. So I hope you guys truly like it. So you'll see over here in Manhattan that I have it starting from 34th Street Hudson Yards. And yes, I know that I said that there is no 42nd Street. What I did instead is I actually have it running parallel to 34th Street in Manhattan. So again, yes, it's not realistic, but it's not exactly meant to be realistic. It's meant to be pseudo-realistic. But I really truly hope you guys do enjoy the work and effort that I put into this line. It's one of the more enjoyable ones I've designed. And it's a quick one at that. Well, that's all for today. I want to thank you guys for watching. If you enjoyed what you saw here today, please give it a like. It truly does help my channel. And while you're down there, be sure to hit the subscribe button for more videos. I will be releasing a full line video of the 7 line very shortly. And coming up next is the D line, as in Delta. But until then, take care, stay safe, and thanks for watching. Subscribe for more.